Hi, and welcome to your hip mobility practice. We're going to be opening up through the hips today. It's a great way of just easing through the hips, especially in the morning. It might feel quite intense if you're doing it first thing, but just see how you get on each of these asana. We hold a lot of tension in the hips based around what we do for work. If we spend a lot of time sat down at a desk, the hips tend to tighten and they tend to mimic the position that we do the most. So if that is sat down, they get locked in this position. So all of these practices will help open them up, and in turn, when we're holding tension in the hips, it can cause other issues, for example, lower back pain as well. So see how you get on. We're going to start seated on the mat. Just rest the hands on the legs. Take a couple of rolls through the shoulders, closing down through the eyes for a moment. Draw the attention in towards the breath. Slowing down the breath here, noticing the rise and fall of the torso. And we're going to begin the practice with 3 deep inhales through the nostrils and exhale, really sigh it out through the mouth. So when you feel ready, deep inhale. Exhale, release. Deep inhale. And exhale, release. Last breath, deep inhale. And exhale. Slowly from here, perhaps just rocking through the head, taking some circles through the neck for a moment. If you feel a bit of tension in the shoulders, you might even just roll through the shoulders here. But when you're ready, we're going to come into our child's pose. So you can keep the eyes closed if you wish. Take the toes to touch, the knees out wide, walk the hands forward, melting chest through. Pausing here for a moment. Now I want you to make this an active child's pose, so perhaps take the knees slightly wider than you normally would. We're going to take a little bit of mobility here. I want you to walk the hands over towards the left-hand side, create length through the right-hand side of the body, melting the chest down. Breathing here. On your next exhale, come back to center and slowly walk the hands over towards the right-hand side, melting chest through. On your next inhale, come back to center. Now from here, walk yourself back up. Open the eyes if they were closed. Find the sit bones. Take the legs over hip distance and keep a bent knee. Take the hands behind you just to prop the chest up and just begin to window wash through the legs, drawing the knees down. But I want you to really ground down through the sit bones. So we're not lifting the hips to draw the knee all the way down. We're just working through that mobility through the hip. Breathing here. You will notice by grounding down through those sit bones that the mobility is more limited. Breathing here, last couple of breaths. Now from here, this time, we're going to start to shift the weight all the way, lifting the hips, drawing the knees down. So you can rock through the hips. Breathing here, the hands might come out in front now. If you feel confident to do so, be mindful of the knees. What we're going to do is once the knee comes down, lift up the hips, push the chest through, push the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, drop the hips, take it over to the opposite side, lift the hips, Breathing here. If this isn't accessible, work with any of the previous. I've managed to shuffle myself all the way down this mat, so just be mindful of that. You might be moving forward without realizing. Last couple of breaths. We'll do one more on the opposite side. And on your exhale, drop the hips. From here, take the legs to one side. Find your tabletop. Ground down through the hands and knees. We're going to lift the right knee and begin to draw circles here. So inhale, take it out wide. Exhale, kick the knee to the sky. Draw the knee down. Inhale, out wide. Squeeze the glutes. Stabilize out the rest of the body. Try not to rock either way as you do these circles. Again, that movement might be more limited. Feel the stretch into the hip, activating those core muscles. Last breath. On your exhale, drop the knee, change sides. Lift up the left, draw these circles through the hip. Again, being very mindful and not rocking the rest of the body. This movement just comes from the hip point. Last breath. Drop the knee here. Now from here, take the hips wide, drop the hips towards the heels. We're going to flow back and forth through our child's pose to up dog. We're not really focusing so much on the back bend here, but really engage those glutes to protect the back. On your inhale, shift the weight forward, draw the knees together. Open heart space. Exhale, knees come out wide. Draw it back to child's pose. We'll go for 5 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last breath, feel the warmth build in those quads. And on your next exhale, take it back to down dog. Take a moment, pedal out the legs, walk out your dog, breathing here. On your next inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, split the dog, open the hip to the right. You might draw circles with this top knee. Again, staying strong through the rest of the body. This movement just comes from the hip. Change direction of those circles, taking them in both directions. Inhale, take it back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot to the outside of the right hand. Find your lizard for a moment. See if you can really step that foot all the way out, turn the foot in line with the knee. Sometimes we have to walk the foot up, but really engaging their core, opening up through the hip. Now from here, we're just going to work into this hamstring. We might keep that back knee dropped, or we can keep it lifted. We're going to extend out through that hamstring. We might have the hands on blocks here. Inhale, come forward, sink low through those hips. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more breaths. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Now from here, we're going to drop the back knee. If you really want to intensify it, keep that back knee lifted. Ground down through left hand. Right hand comes in the back of the head. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, tap the elbow towards the floor. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we draw down. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. From here, ground down through the hands. Step it back to your downward facing dog. Come to change sides. Lift up through the left leg. Bend through that knee. Open the hip. Draw circles with that top knee. Stay strong through the arms. Take that hip circles in both directions. Inhale, take it back to three-legged dog. Exhale, step it to the outside of the left hand. Again, back knee might be dropped or we keep it lifted, work into this hamstring. Make sure the foot is in line with the knee. On your next inhale, come forward. Perhaps we drop that back knee. Ground down through right hand, left hand behind the head. Inhale, open up wide through the chest. Exhale, tap the elbow to the floor. Inhale, we open. Exhale, draw it down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Ground down through the hands. Step it back to your downward facing dog. Breathing here. Now, look towards the top of the mat. We're going to walk or jump the feet to the outside of the hands. Find Malasana. If you're jumping, we're bending through the knees. Push into the hands. Land the feet. Drop the hips. Open heart space. Crown of head lifts towards the sky. And we're just going to go for 5 lifts here. So perhaps the hands come out in front. The elbows stay on the inside of the knee as they draw the knees out wide. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, draw it down. 1. Inhale, squeeze at the top. Exhale, down. 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. If it's accessible, see if you can just gently rock over onto those hips. Take the legs out in front, come to recline. Pausing here. Now, if you want to really build heat during this practice, you can repeat that set 3 times. Work through those movements. Perhaps you deepen it each time, taking a different variation. But as we come to recline, we're just going to wind down now. So I just want you to hug the knees into the chest and draw circles with these hips. Drawing knees out wide on that inhale. Exhale, draw it back into the chest. On your next exhale, change direction of those circles. On your next exhale, come back to center, drop the feet. We're just going to finish with our reclined butterfly, our Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come to touch, the knees draw it wide. Arms on either side of the body. If we wish to take this into the upper body as well, arms overhead, creating this diamond shape with the arms. We'll draw the practice to a close by 3 deep inhales through the nostrils, exhale, sigh out through the mouth. When you're ready, deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, last breath, deep inhale, and exhale. Slow it down from here, just release the hands, guide the knees back to center, draw the knees into the chest, gently rock side to side for a moment. And when you feel ready to do so, we're going to gently draw ourselves up into a seated position. Drawing the practice to a close now. Again, if you wish to use this to warm up the body, perhaps before a workout, you can repeat the practices 3 times. But we'll end the practice here. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for joining, and don't forget to check out our other videos on our channel.
Also, subscribe to get notifications when we add new videos, and don't forget to like this one to share some love.